Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Before we talk about Alabama at the Final Four, let's check in with UConn. Here you see the Huskies leaving from campus and they headed to the airport en route to what was supposed to be Phoenix. But as of 9 p.m. local, Dan Hurley's team is still in Connecticut. According to the AP and the NCAA, a combination of bad weather and logistics caused the delay. Plus, the flight crew on the flight from Kansas City to Arizona would be over the FAA allowed hours and couldn't immediately turn around to fly out to Phoenix. Now for Alabama, things are a tad bit different. Nate Oates and the Crimson Tide have arrived in Phoenix on Wednesday. Well, the Tide, they look to continue their history-making season as they prep for the Final Four this weekend. This is Alabama's first trip to the Final Four, and their first opponent is no pushover. UConn is the defending national champions, and they've dominated just about every opponent in the postseason going all the way back to last year. Despite all of this, the Crimson Tide are not backing down from this big challenge.
There's not going to be a ton of pressure on us. Like, we've made this school's first Final Four. You know, we're going to enjoy the fact that we're there, that there's only 4 teams left playing. The entire world, basketball world, I mean, this isn't just the U.S. watching this. This is all basketball across the globe watching the Final Four. They're all going to, like, it's great. But you're there, we're going to try to win. Every game we play, we try to win it.
All right, tonight we begin our team coverage out in Arizona, so let's head to the Valley of the Sun to check in with Nick and Simon. Guys, what do you think about the Crimson Tide's no-fear approach as they get ready for UConn?
It's the approach that the Crimson Tide are just going to have. It seems like all this year that UConn has been the best team in the country. There's been a lot of number 2 teams in the country, but it's been a big gap between 1 and 2.
I don't think we should be surprised at all that UConn is the favorite after spending over half this year either in number 1 or number 2 in the AP poll in the top 25. They got the number 1 overall seed for a reason, and so you're going to be an underdog in that regard if you're Alabama. 11.5-point underdog. The latest lines most are going to show. There's legitimate reason to understand why that's the case. The most efficient offense, the 4th most efficient defense. The Huskies, they boast that. Alabama's offensive skills, we know that as well, but they know they're going to be in for a challenge on Saturday night.
So guys, honestly, with all this happening, do you feel that Alabama's going to have to just play a lights-out type game when it comes to their offensive approach, or are they going to have to kind of keep things balanced because of the interior that UConn has?
I think it's pretty realistic that they're going to have to both shoot the lights out of the gym as well as lock down defensively as best as you can. Look, that's not easy against this Connecticut team, but it's really the only path to victory. There's a reason that the Huskies have blown out team after team just in this tournament. You got to bring it every single night in this tournament, let alone when you're playing the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, they have the largest margin of victory in the NCAA tournament each and every game. It's the longest run of double-digit margins of victory in NCAA tournament history at this point. They went on a 30-0 run in their game against Illinois. Unheard of run against a Power 5 opponent, a conference tournament champion as well in that regard. Just unreal stuff out of this team. But Alabama's, I think, strength, and it could be their downfall too, depending on how it works out, is their tempo, is their pace. They're going to want to push the ball down the floor, shoot a ton of threes quick and early in the shot clock. UConn, 315 out of over 350 Division I teams in adjusted tempo, meaning Alabama's quick pace. They're the 4th fastest team in the country in terms of getting shots up in points per possession. They're going to want to be smart and judicious in that effort and not be too sloppy, and they can't afford to miss too many threes too early. But the converse of that, like I said, is if they make those early, if they go 3 of 4 to start, 6 of 9 to start for the first time out, they could be in a good position here.
All right, thank you so much, Nick and Simon. Look forward to all of the rest of your coverage throughout the entire weekend. Now, here's a look at the Final Four. Of course, NC State and Purdue tips off Saturday at 5:09. Alabama and UConn. It's set for a 7:49 local tip. Both games are in Glendale, Arizona, where Nick and Simon are right now, and they'll air live on TBS.